Oh hey! We've got our little spiky ponytail. We've got our matcha. We've got our baklava from Ethiopia. This is not from Ethiopia, but the hands that made it are. One of my friends made baklava. We had a Friendsgiving and she made an Ethiopian dinner. And I brought a bunch of pies, but she chose to make Ethiopian dinner, and she was so nervous about how well the food tasted because she hadn't made like a lot of things just by herself. It was so good. She sent home leftovers. I sent her with half a pie, I think. Traded some good foods, and yeah. So I'm very excited to dig into this because by the time we got to dessert yesterday evening, I literally could only eat one bite of my husband's, and then I was like, I'm done. But it's so good. It's really moist. The kind that you buy, like at the Ethiopian stores in the city where I work, it's very like dry, but hers is so moist. So fun little treat. And also I got pumpkin spice syrup, Torani's. So now I get pumpkin spice matchas. Divine. I've been a little busy. There was a fourth one, but I took the fourth one to my friend for Friendsgiving. So my sister requested that pink yarn. So here we are. I'll probably keep one for me. Usually when I make scrunchies and I've never used the color before, I keep one for myself. Let's see, what else? We have finished an extra small ruffles top. The ruffles aren't as long, but that's because I ran out of black yarn. So I think it's only like 5 instead of how many rows you're supposed to do. It is what it is. So I need to package this up for my littlest sister. And there are other tops that I need to get working on because my niece she picked one really easy top from Passionate Kelsey's Patterns, but then the other 2 are not easy tops, but they're extra smalls, so they won't take that long. I just have to really focus in on the patterns. But anyway, super excited that this one's done. I'll need to package those up, and let's get to working on this beautiful, wonderful fall day filled with love and baklava. Update. So Christmas is coming around the corner, and I, at times, do not have money. So I've been kind of thinking, trying to decide what would be good presents for people in my life. Last year I gave all of my sister-in-law's headbands, like ear warmers. And this year I think I'm going to do coasters with mugs. I've already made the coasters. So we have some scrap yarn coasters. These ones are like really fuzzy and soft. Not really fuzzy. You'll see more fuzzy soon. These are just really fun. This one has a lot because I would run out of the color, and so I'd tie in a new color. But then this one is all one color scheme. And then these ones, wow, they're so fun. They're super duper fuzzy. I don't know if that's like normal coaster etiquette to have a fuzzy coaster, but I just think they're really fun and bright and cute. I kind of know who I'm going to give what to, so that makes my heart happy. But I think I might get them each just a little mug, stick the coasters in there, put a hot cocoa, and then wrap them up. So those are my sister-in-laws. I've been working on these for like the last day and a half, and I finished the last ones last night. And so just now I weaved in all the ends, tied everything up, so they're officially ready for me to finish them up. Get their mugs, get their hot cocoa, and put them away. I've been working through a bunch of scrap yarn. All of those coasters used either scrap yarn that I bought from a secondhand store. Don't know if you guys remember seeing all of these previously. Either secondhand yarn that I bought or leftover yarn from the tops that I've been working on. So, I have a scrap blanket, but it's only really thick fuzzy yarn. Not fuzzy, thick. It's like 5-weighted, because for a while there I had a lot of 5-weight yarn, and so I was like, well, I should just make a 5-weight scrap blanket, and I got a little bit into it before that stopped. So I'm thinking maybe I need to start up another scrap blanket that is not 5-weight. I don't know. I was at my friend's house the other night and she has one of my scrap blankets that I've made. And yeah, it made my heart happy that she likes it, that she's using it, that it makes her happy. So I need to put more into scrap blankets because they're so much fun, and I mean, you can put so many different things in it to give it unique textures throughout the blanket. I put some Juicy Couture in the scrap blanket on hers, and it's like broken. So I would not recommend, if you're doing scraps, don't use these in a scrap blanket, because that yarn just can't really hold up to the pressure of being a blanket. Anyway, I'm going to continue working on getting rid of all of the yarn that's just been sitting on my desk. That's kind of been my slow goal. I have a bunch of scrap yarn that is really funky, really fun, but it either needs to get put into a place where it's ready for a project when I'm ready to start a project, or it needs to get used up so that I'm not being wasteful. So that's what I'm going to be working on today. I don't know if I'll get it all done because a lot of this over here is Lily Sugar and Cream that needs to be turned into tops for my nieces and my sisters. And I don't think I'll make 10 tops today, but they're extra smalls, so I could. I don't know. Depends on how many matchas I make myself. Alright, time to proceed. We are working on a new scrap blanket. I really like the neon orange with the dark blue. I'm almost out of little pieces of scrap yarn. This is probably the biggest, but then I don't have any more scrap yarn at the moment, so that's great. I mean, that's a lie. I do have scrap yarn, but not this type that I would put like in a blanket. I have a bunch of fuzzy yarn, and I'm thinking I might wind it up. I don't know. So I have a lot of like this pink, and I do think one day I want to make maybe like a pink cardigan or a pink sweater or something that's just like maximalist, experimental, fun, and pink. Maybe some purpley hues. But I don't have just a bunch of pink scrap yarn at the moment, and I kind of want it to be a combobulation of different types of yarn. A pack of Juicy Couture maybe in there. But point being, I want to keep these. I don't just want to use them up to get them out of my way. I want to keep these, hoard them, until I have enough. I thought maybe I wanted to do a purple one, but I think the pink is going to give me the dopamine that I'm wanting in this project. So anyway, we're just going to chuck these in a bin and hopefully come across more pink yarn and chuck more pink yarn into the bin. The rest of this I'm going to seek creative solutions and use them to come up with stuff to make with the rest of this yarn. But we are doing really good. I've been here for maybe 2 hours or so, and I've really kind of cleaned up everything. I added a thicker strap onto this little purse. I like to make these little purses and give them to the little girls that I just happen to run into in my day-to-day life. Friends, daughters, nieces. Yeah. So this is going to go into my bucket of potential gifts. I originally just like chained a string and I hated how that looked. So I added a thicker strap to it. And now it's all ready to go to a new home. I think another thing that I need to pick back up and continue working on are these washcloths for my mother. We haven't seen these since Colorado. I have 6 patterns. This is the second one. So I need to kind of pick up the pace. Oh, hey! So I have been working on a few things, not a ton, you know, but Scrap Blanket 2.0 is coming along nicely. I've kind of run out of current scrap yarn at the moment that I want to put in it right now. But I have kind of been wanting to use my knitting machine to maybe make a sweater. I specifically got this to make myself another top, and I think, yeah, Karen, it goes really nicely in the knitting machine. So I think I'm going to try to make myself a sweater. Worst case scenario, I end up frogging it and I do something different. But the knitting machine, it makes paneling. I have a 48 pin. The actual paneling, like if you make a circle, I have seen some girls who make circles and then that's their tube top. That doesn't work for me. I mean, you know, I've got arms, I've got a body, I am not a size 0, so that does not work for my body type. I'm so happy that it works for other girls' body types. Low-key kind of wish it did work for me because, wow, I would be churning out sweaters every other day for myself if that was the case. But it's not. So I think big plan is we're going to do a front panel, a back panel, sleeve panels, and then kind of go from there. This is the color that we're going with. Yeah, this is a little experimental. The yarn's not super expensive. I'm not super stressed about making mistakes. So yeah, I will make my panels, document where I'm going from there, and then let you know where I'm at. I have spent too much time on this today. And I have discovered that I do not like paneling on the Sentro at all. I, consistency-wise, could not get the ends to be clean. So they're just wonky all across the edges of the paneling. They're just so wonky, so ugly. And I tried it multiple times and I just could not get the edges to be clean. And I thought, well, you know what? Maybe that'll be okay. Maybe we can just stitch all of the ugly edging inside and then cut it. And I watched a few YouTube tutorials and then I tried to stitch it together, and it is just not doing what I want it to do. So I think I'm going to unravel all the yarn and put it in the very back of my shelving for a little bit and just not look at it, because I have looked at this yarn all day today. I have done so many froggings of it. And yeah, I think in the future I'll probably not make a Sentro sweater. I've tried so hard. And I think it would be easier for me to just knit it at this point. It makes great beanies. But I do not like the paneling feature at all. Anyway, I'm going to unravel this, maybe shed a few tears, maybe eat a slice of apple pie, or another piece of baklava, and then pick a different project. Alright folks, we have taken a moment to breathe. We have taken a moment to banish the evil yarn. I know it's sitting in the throwaway pile, that's just my feelings. We're not actually going to throw it away, but my heart desires that. We're pivoting. Something a little bit more joyful. This is the Red Heart Amigurumi crochet kit for a giraffe. I did not pay the full $10 for this. My Walmart decided to put this on sale for like $2.50. Or I got it ridiculously cheap. So cheap. I wanted the giraffe and the frog, but the frog was still $10 and I can't justify $10. They do give you a little crochet hook, so I do appreciate that. But yeah, I don't know. I can't justify $10 for this. Anyway, I've already started just a little bit. We're gonna watch some YouTube, read some really easy instructions, and hopefully have a little giraffe by the end of the evening to have something to feel joy in and accomplishment in.